Hello guys. Hello guys. Hope everyone is doing well. Comment ça va, le comique? I'm gonna wait for the people to come. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Now it's a new week, new opportunities for us to trade. I'm gonna see together if something is interesting today during this London session. Let's see. Okay. Hello. %, that's cool. Okay, let's wait 3 minutes more and we're gonna start. We're gonna go through all the pairs that could be interesting to trade during this London session. So I'm gonna check with you the EU, GU. We're gonna go on the DAX too, because started to trade the DAX a bit. I'll go in the indices, of course, and I will go on the gold too, just to see what could be interesting either now or either for the, for the rest of the week. What to expect. Let's see if we have big news this week. I don't know. Today, no news. Tomorrow, no news. Okay, so yeah, we have the FOMC on as you guys can see here. On Wednesday, we're gonna have the FOMC at 8 o'clock French hours. So it might put a lot of volatility in the market here. Friday, nothing. Okay. So FOMC week, we'll see what's up. Rising inflation, okay. Alright guys, let's start. Of course, for all of you that are here, if you have any question, if you have, some feedback to give me on Clickfunded, on the challenges, or anything else you want to know, make sure that you're using the chat. Ok les gars, si vous avez des questions, si jamais vous avez, je sais pas, acheté un challenge, si vous avez un retour à me faire, une question, une interrogation sur les règles ou quoi que ce soit, n'oubliez pas que c'est le bon moment pour me le poser en utilisant le chat. Et évidemment, je pourrai répondre à votre interrogation et clarifier les choses pour vous. Alright? So, let's start here with the Euro USD. Have the DXY here on my right. Here on my left, I have the Euro USD pair. So on the daily chart, it's pretty messy actually. I wouldn't trade anything looking at the daily chart. We have this grab on liquidity on the daily here, right? But we're still ranging. Please. Okay, so we grab liquidity here. Been 1 week. More than 1 week now. Very painful to see a price action like this. Actually, nothing really to trade since a lot of days now, I guess. So, yeah. What could I say? Nothing. Nothing really interesting, right? Here on the 1 hour, Okay, so we took out the Asian high. Oh, okay, so here, as you can see, we have an SMT in between. Okay, interesting, maybe interesting. Here we have an SMT. In between EU and the DXY. Let's see on the 15 minutes if there is anything. Okay, yeah, it might be interesting. Here we took out the high. Maybe it's too late, I don't know. We took out the high of the Asian session while creating an SMT. Okay. Yeah, I would take a trade here on this breaker block for sure. I don't know if it's too late or not, but I would take a trade here if it's possible. If we got a retracement, I'll take a trade in this imbalance here. Now we'll target this low here, 2R. No, sorry. Here. That would be my trade right now on EU. Okay. So why would I trade this price action? Pretty easy. We took out the high of the Asian session, right here. Asian session has been taken on EU. Here on the DXY we didn't took the low of the Asian session, so we create a divergence, right? Which means that we have this SMT. Plus here we can see that after we took the high, we almost closed inside the range. And here on the 5 minute we are creating this breaker block while being on the premium zone of the day. Here we still have the Asian low to take out, so that would be a great trade, I guess. At least I would take this trade in here, in this imbalance. Alright, so let's see what happens. I'm gonna go on GU just to see while waiting for the price to evolve. Okay, so yeah, nothing interesting on GU. Yeah, let's see. That's a very good trade in my opinion. Let's see the DAX. I was about to see the DAX. Let's see if there is anything interesting on the DAX. Okay, so we're bullish on the DAX. DAX is very bullish. That's great for the Dutch people. Let's see. Okay, so we are about to maybe close this huge gap on the daily. On the 4 hour, well, unfortunately we're too bullish for me to take any trade. Too bullish, too overextended. So nothing on the DAX here on this Monday morning. I think we might be a bit late to the party here, unfortunately. Maybe not. Let's see. So I'm gonna take a trade on, if I can take this position, I will take a trade directly on my challenge account on Clickfunded, and I'll show you exactly the process of me taking the trade with Trade Locker. So let's go on Trade Locker just for you guys to see how would I use trade locker. So let me bear with me 1 minute. Mm-hmm. I'm about to connect on trade locker, just bear with me, guys. Ok, donc là, ça might be interesting. Here, I will buy. I will sell, sorry. So, I'm about to show you directly on Trade Locker how would I do. So, here, I'm about to connect here on Trade Locker. Ok, tout accepté. All right, perfect. Up. How can I fucking... I don't know why it's not working, guys. Bear with me here. Why can't... Oh. Oh, okay. Might be because of that. Here. So. yeah, so that was the entry. I missed the entry unfortunately because I was trying to connect myself, but we might have another chance here. So if I would like to enter here in my trade, I would have just to put a stop an order limit here. So as you guys know, here I just have to drag this blue line over there, all right, and put a stop loss whatever I want. So it would be here. Here, let's say I'm in 100K account, so I'm gonna go on that account. Right, so here, and let's say that I want 10 lots here. Yeah, 10 lots. It might be it actually. The entry was here. Unfortunately, I was talking too much like a clown. Yeah, entry was there, that's for sure. Seems like it's too late now. Let's see. We still have this mitigate part of the price action. Well, let's put a limit here. So as you can see, it's very easy on TradeLocker to set an order limit. You just have to, if I want to put 1%, I can see here how my stop loss, how much my stop loss is right now. So if I want to put 1K here, would be 14 lots. TP here, right? So no, sell limit here. Take profit would be there. Fortunately, I think it might be too late. Price is not going to mitigate this area of the breaker. Well, let's see here. It might be too late actually. Otherwise, here it's a very good trade in my opinion. As I tell you guys, here it's a very good trade. Unfortunately, I was not about to catch it properly. You can still sell here. It would be still a good entry. All right, that's good. Let's see if we can see here. You can sell here if you want. Actually, still a good price here to sell, because we are in the breaker, on the 5-minute breaker. Here, I'm just interested in waiting for this specific zone, because I know that the price could mitigate this zone before dropping down. But unfortunately, he don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah. Well, actually, here you can sell. Here it's a good entry still. Everything starting from here, it's a good entry, right? Here you can sell. You're in the breaker that caused all the analysis. So here it's a good entry. If I can, for the sake of God, please, here. From here it's a good entry. I'm just interested in selling here to target these lows, but actually here would be a good entry. Actually, but I just know that sometimes price like to mitigate this kind of area, at least on indices. Might be it right now. I don't know why I'm still on this account. I don't want to be on this account. I want to be on this account. Jesus Christ. Here. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait. As I said, I would prefer to enter here. So let's see if I can enter here. Maybe not. I don't know what price is doing right now. Yeah, price don't want to. I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's see if now price wants to go and activate my position or not. Why would I make? What the fuck? What the fuck is that, bro? Non, GU pas intéressant. Déjà trop bas. Déjà trop bas GU. Ici c'est intéressant et visiblement le prix ne veut pas aller dans cette zone. Donc il y a un moment donné où effectivement à voir s'il était préférable de sell sur ce breaker directement ou est-ce qu'on va pouvoir avoir cette entrée ici. Ça c'est la question. La question à 1 million d'euros. Visiblement parce que l'euro USD il a du mal à se décider. Il a du mal à décider ce qu'il veut faire. Okay, well, anyway, let's see other pairs. It's okay. Let's see other pairs. It's an interesting Monday, actually. It's a very interesting Monday here. Gonna be 9:30, so let's see how price start to trade at 9:30. Here is just too much. Not interested in this kind of. I mean, you could, yeah, you could. I don't know. Let's see. It's not a big deal, actually, those kind of. Alright, so, yeah, I think I missed the trade. Definitely. I missed the trade here. The entry was here. I was too stingy, actually. Here is too late now. Of course, would have entry there. It's okay. Let's move on from this trade. That was a good entry. Sometimes you just have to enter on the breaker and, you know, waiting for more as I was waiting here in this imbalance is just too much, way too much. Way too much. But let's see the reaction after this candle actually, because price could retrace again. Let's see. Well, kind of weird price action. Not surprised. Forex is pretty much like this every time. Let's move on. Let's see what's up on indices rather than watching this kind of price action. So from what I've seen here on indices, we could have like a retracement higher in the daily leg during this week. So of course, as you guys can see, we did create here a divergence in between this low and this low. Okay, here the NQ is lower actually currently than the S&P is. So yeah, here H4 imbalance below the Asian session could be interesting. Here we have the gap on the S&P. All right, here we created a CISD. So yeah, it might be a retracement higher during the week. We could mitigate here during this afternoon and goes up, you know, go higher. That's what I'm expecting, but I will see with the price action that we got this afternoon. So that could be pretty interesting actually, in my opinion, taking out these highs. All right. So that's my vision on indices for now. Again, remember Monday, it's a tricky day sometimes, so you just want to sit on your hands and do nothing. Really depend on the price action that we can have during the session. Yeah, that's for the NQ and ES. On gold, let's check, because I know you guys like to trade gold too. So gold pretty much reacted to this breaker block. What do we have here on gold? Let me check to the... Okay, so what do we have here on gold? Oh, I think we're gonna go higher actually. I think we're gonna go higher here on gold. We might go for this high. Again, here we have a huge gap, huge opening gap. So for now, I would map that out here. And why not waiting for a retracement here? We can see that if price is trading in this zone, it would be trading inside the discount of the day. So it could be interesting for longs from here, right? Let's see how EU is evolving right now. Okay, still. Yeah, so I definitely missed the trade, and I really don't like that, to be honest. I don't like this feeling of missing a trade. but it is what it is. It is what it is. Don't be dumb like me and don't wait for those kind of little here. I knew that I had to enter on this breaker block and I just wanted more. I wanted to enter here, which was a huge mistake. Huge mistake here in live. Okay. Of course here was the entry. I don't know why I wait for this fucking imbalance to be filled. There is no reason. Alright, so just enter in the breaker block. It would be easier for you and you wouldn't miss the trade like I did right now. It's okay. Happens sometimes. Let's see. We might still go higher, but I don't know. I don't know, to be fair. I don't know what exactly you said, but I didn't delete any comments, so you might maybe, I don't know, say it again. Some words are just blocked by YouTube, so if you're using weird words or stuff like that, your comment is not going to be displayed on my screen. So it's not anything that has been deleted. It's just that you cannot use the word that you use. Maybe it's because of that. You have restriction on the word that you can use on YouTube. You cannot say anything you want, everything you want. Wow, yeah. So basically it was exactly that. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, well, you don't have to wait for the M15 OB to be formed, right? Here the trade is already logic. It's more like you have to notice that here we took out the high of the Asian session, that we have an SMT with the DXY. From that point it's already good. You don't have to wait for any signals more than that. Okay, SMT here we close like below the drawn liquidity. If you wait here, it's too late. You're gonna be out. So you have to take the trade here. But I just wanted more. I wanted to wait here for the imbalance to be filled. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here it's a day where it doesn't mitigate the whole imbalance. But yeah, it's okay. But actually very good price action here. Very good price action. My mistake for, you know, waiting here the price. I know that here was a good entry, but actually if I would explain myself why I didn't take the trade here, just because here you see, even by targeting the low of the Asian session, you just have like a 1 to 14 40 risk reward, which is not enough. I would like to, you know, have a 2R, which here is a bit far. So yeah, it would be still interesting to enter here if we have a retracement. Okay. Well, I don't know why your comment being deleted. Maybe it's a YouTube bug. So you were talking about liquidity grab at 10 a.m. on EU. Thanks anyway. I appreciate your running stream. You're welcome, bro. So the liquidity grab at 10 a.m. on EU. Yeah, alors 10 a.m. I don't know if it's 10 a.m. Maybe you're in another country where for you it's 10 a.m. Here I don't think it was 10 a.m. But actually, why I was interested in this position, maybe for those who weren't there at the beginning on the live, it's because here, as you can see, we have an SMT in between EU and the DXY, which is very strong signal of like strong signal for us to sell, especially combined here with the take on the liquidity here above the Asian high. Here we have a breaker block that is formed after everything else that I just said. So it was a very good entry here. Fortunately, didn't take the trade because I was waiting for a deeper retracement inside the breaker block, inside this IFVG here. Alright, inside this FVG, but sometimes it's just too much and you would better take the trade here. Right, but here is still a good trade. If the price come back here, I would take the trade actually. If price come back here, I would take the trade, but I'm not sure about it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just like this, you know, you're waiting for an entry, price, the market doesn't give you the entry, that's it, you know. Sometimes it's just like that. It's okay. So again, if some of you have question about Clickfunded, if some of you have question about the challenges, anything that is correlated with Clickfunded, any question, any, you know, anything you want an answer on, I'm here to make sure that everything is clear for you. So feel free to use the chat. There is no stupid question. If you want to ask me something, you know, you can use the chat right now, and I will answer any question of you guys. So yeah. Sheesh. See? Very good price action this morning. This kind of setup on the Forex is very strong. So just for letting you know, guys, here today I'm in live. Hugo is going to be live this week too as well. So make sure I'm gonna share with you here the program of the live of this week. So basically, tomorrow, Hugo will be live with Melmont. So for all the French speaker out here, tomorrow Hugo will be live with one of our guests. So it would be an interesting live for you guys to watch. Hugo with Melmont. Wednesday I will be live again. Will be during the New York session. And Thursday I will be live again. in the New York session. All right? And Hugo will be live on Friday too. So en français, demain, Hugo sera en live. Demain, Hugo sera en live avec Melmont. Donc, c'est une invitée. Ça va être, je pense, un live qui va être très intéressant. Ok? Donc, n'hésitez pas à être présent demain. Mercredi, je serai en live durant la session de New York. Ok? Mercredi, je serai en live durant la session de New York. Et jeudi, je serai de nouveau aussi en live durant la session de New York. Hugo sera en live durant la session de New York vendredi. Donc vous avez basiquement un live tous les jours cette semaine sur Clickfunded, sur la chaîne de Clickfunded. Donc les gars, on fait ça pour vous. On sait que vous aimez les lives. Donc n'hésitez pas. N'hésitez surtout pas à y participer. Yeah. Yeah, for me it was more like, you know, SMTs here. It's all about time and price, right? When you see this kind of grab on liquidity here above the Asian high, you see? Taking out liquidity above the Asian high. Here we don't. So SMT here, just before the beginning of the London session, here on the 5 minute, you can see directly here that we have an inversion that is created. Here we have like kind of CRT as well. This candle closed below the doll. So here it's obvious that for me we're gonna drop down. You know, we're gonna go below in the discount zone of the day. So that was a great trade, you know, and that's when you know, those kind of little mistake, they happen, you know, they happen, it can happen. But it's a good lesson for everyone here during this live, you know, don't be a fool like me, like I was today. Don't wait for this kind of retracement. There is no reason to wait for there. I've been, you know, dumb to act like this today. Here the breaker is sufficient, and that's the real entry. I mean, you know, on indices we almost every time will mitigate those kind of zone. That's why, as I'm used to trade indices, maybe I just, you know, that's my indices habit that I bring into Forex. But yeah, breaker here was enough, of course, to take your trade. Beautiful price action, actually. Beautiful price action this morning. So yeah. The SMT with the DXY was the main thing, but you know, you always have to pair at least two confirmations. So it was the SMT here and the drawn liquidity on the Asian high here with this inversion right away after it. Okay, so that was a good trade here, and especially here you see retracement, and we have the bearish leg that is currently voilà les gars, donc beaucoup de choses cette semaine, beaucoup de live, on va voir un peu comment c'est. Comme je l'ai dit, il y a la FOMC ce mercredi, donc ça risque d'être une semaine qui va être intéressante. Voilà, comme je l'expliquais en anglais, là, pour ceux qui peut-être n'auraient pas compris, ici c'était un très beau trade. Mon erreur ici, et c'est là qu'on apprend toujours, hein, c'est que j'ai voulu attendre la mitigation de cet imbalance. J'ai été trop gourmand, sachant que le breaker block que j'avais mappé ici depuis le début sur la session aura été largement suffisant en tant que bonne entrée. Donc voilà, on fait toujours des erreurs, on apprend toujours. C'est vrai que sur les indices américains, on a tendance à vraiment aller mitigate de manière très profonde les zones d'entrée comme celle-ci. Donc peut-être que c'est mes habitudes de trader les indices qui viennent d'éteindre ici sur cette entrée que j'ai ratée du coup. Mais voilà. On apprend, c'est comme ça, et parfois c'est juste comme ça, on n'a pas exactement ce que l'on veut. Ça arrive, c'est pas la fin du monde, mais c'est vrai qu'ici en tout cas c'était un très très beau trade, et l'analyse part du fait que, comme je l'ai expliqué, on a une SMT ici sur les highs, On a la prise de liquidité ici sur l'Asian. On a tout de suite du coup cette schématique de retournement qui se corrèle parfaitement à l'horaire du coup du début de la session de Londres. On sait que durant la session de Londres, forcément, il y a plus de volatilité qui va rentrer sur le marché et qu'on va vouloir potentiellement aller chercher le bas de l'Asian session, sachant qu'en plus, ici, on était en train d'évoluer dans la zone premium de la journée. Donc ça, c'était un très très beau trade. Effectivement, je pense que de par le fait que c'était un très beau trade, j'aurais voulu l'entrée parfaite qui n'est pas arrivée et qui m'a donc fait rater le trade. Ça arrive, c'est pas grave. Non, le breaker, il est là. Le breaker, c'est cette bougie ici. Donc le breaker, hein, par définition, c'est la dernière, soit bougie baissière qui va amener du coup la hausse, la prise de liquidité sur le high. Et donc après, votre breaker, il est là. Ou alors, c'est la dernière bougie baissière qui va amener la prise de liquidité sur le low. Et votre breaker, il est là. D'accord, ça c'est vraiment la définition 101 du breaker block. Donc le breaker, il est là, sur du 5 minutes en tout cas. Après, sur d'autres unités de temps, ça peut bouger. Oh non, après, plus tard, c'est dangereux. C'est-à-dire que là, vraiment, tu trades le momentum. Voilà, là, tu trades le momentum. À ce moment-là, tu trades le momentum de la session. Tu trades le momentum de la logique. Je suis pas quelqu'un qui aime rentrer plus tard. Je pense que plus tard, ça serait de l'ego. Alors, je dis pas que ça ne peut pas marcher, hein. Je dis pas que ça ne peut pas marcher. Mais bon, j'ai envie de dire, si ici, pour l'instant, on ne mitigate pas le gap, c'est OK. C'est-à-dire que là, tu as toujours une zone de prix de manière globale qui est intéressante pour pouvoir chercher des shorts jusqu'à ce remplissage du gap ici. Mais voilà, moi je suis quand même un trader de momentum. Ici, le momentum pour moi, c'était vraiment le début de la session de Londres avec une entrée ici du coup vers 9h15 qui aurait été juste parfaite. Et ça s'est joué à quelques pips que je ne sois pas activé. Encore une fois, ce n'est pas quelque chose qui est grave. Mais c'est vrai que là, dans l'immédiat, à moins que là, dans les 5 minutes qui suivent, on ait, je ne sais pas, une bougie qui vienne mettre tout le monde à BE et qui me permette de re-rentrer, ce que je ferai. Sinon, je laisserai tout simplement le prix partir sans moi. Ce n'est pas quelque chose qui m'intéresserait forcément de retrader par la suite parce que, voilà, encore une fois, je l'ai dit, la logique peut tenir hein, par la suite. La logique peut tenir par la suite. Pour moi, pour que la logique tienne, il faudrait qu'on ne vienne pas mitigate ce gap. Ok, après que ce gap soit mitigate, évidemment, ce high n'est plus intéressant. De manière générale, on a quand même créé ici, sur les higher time frame, une schématique de retournement haussier sur l'euro USD. Donc pour moi, je resterai fidèle au fait que tant qu'on ne prend pas ici l'Asian Low, ça peut être intéressant pour pouvoir chercher des shorts. Après, si jamais le prix part vraiment tout droit, j'arrêterai tout simplement de vouloir trader quoi que ce soit. Avec grand plaisir. So before ending this live, I'm going to tell you guys my vision on indices again, just for you to maybe start preparing yourself for this afternoon. So as I said on indices, pretty interesting what we have right now in front of us. I think we might have a new bullish leg during this week. Because as you can see here, we just created a CISD. So you guys have two options. Here is the first zone where you can be interesting for longs. Okay, you have of course this IFVG, but you don't have to mark out the two of them because here you have the FVG, IFVG. Well, it's the same zone, okay? But to be more precise, I would like the price to retrace into this gap. So yeah, for this afternoon at least, I think we might have a new bullish leg from this area, okay? So of course we need some good price action inside this zone in order to take trades. Could be wrong, of course, could be wrong, but that's my vision for this afternoon at least. For my gold traders, let me see again what's up. So again, as I said, I marked out this breaker last week with you guys during the lives. So as you can see, we pretty much reacted to it right now. Here you have the opening gap that is interesting maybe for longs as well. And here you can see that we have a CISD and IFVG here too. So again, like the indices here, you have an IFVG plus a gap, so an FVG that could be interesting for long. Here on gold is pretty much the same. I think we have liquidity above this high, so we might react in here for, you know, new legs, new bullish leg here on the gold, so it might be interesting here. De 9h à 10h ou de 9h à 11h. Demain, c'est mercredi. Je vais streamer que de... Je vais streamer en session de New York le mercredi et le jeudi. Alright. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know if you want me to analyze a certain pair. Tell me in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to... Look at that. All right. I think one of the worst feeling, guys, we can all agree on that. It's not to take a loss, it's to miss a move a move like this. That's the worst feeling you can have in trading. That's the worst feeling you can ever feel in front of the chart. Le truc le plus énervant, les gars, je pense qu'on est tous d'accord, c'est pas de prendre une perte, c'est de rater ce genre de mouvement. Il n'y a rien de plus rageant que ça. Je pense qu'on est tous d'accord. Je pense qu'on est tous d'accord, les gars. Il n'y a rien de pire que de voir, ce genre de choses. Il n'y a rien de pire. Rien de... Oh là là. Il n'y a rien de pire. Enfin bref. Ça arrive. Ça fait partie du jeu. Ça fait partie du jeu, les gars. Il n'y a rien de pire que ça. Mais c'est voilà, c'est comme ça. Let me see, GBP, GPY. V-shape, wow. GBP, GPY, my friend, is very, it's ranging. I don't want to trade anything on GBP, GPY right now. It's too much, it's messy. Very messy price action. I would not advise you to trade this price action, but of course you do whatever you want. Maybe you're an expert on this pair, but for me it's too messy. Laurent, to answer your question. So yeah, again, just, you know, to be clear before I cut the live, for me it can be still interesting to trade EU. Maybe you have this breaker now on the 15-minute that is available for you guys to try catching shorts. But I would be very, 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 very careful now, because the momentum of the London session for me, it's gone. Now it's 10 a.m. So yeah. Yeah, absolutely. SMTs are very, very, very strong. Very, very strong. I mean, I'm a indices trader. So in indices, we like to trade SMTs. We like to look up for SMTs and stuff. So yeah, I mean, even on Forex. But it's not, it's not just the SMT, it's the whole context. Here you got an SMT pair with the Asian high, pair with the fact that we are going to jump into the London session. So, you have three things. SMT, yeah, of course. Grab on liquidity on the Asian high, and 9 a.m., which is the start of the London session. So, of course, when you have your SMT just before the opening of London, you know that it's not for no, I mean, it's not by chance. Il n'y a pas d'hasard. Well, I like that you guys are interested on what I'm talking about. Si ça vous a plu ce genre d'analyse, les gars, n'hésitez pas à revenir dans les lives. Je vais continuer à faire toujours ce genre d'analyse. Moi, je suis tout à fait transparent avec la manière dont je trade. De toute manière, vous avez sûrement déjà pu le voir si vous avez été en live avec moi. Voilà, je trade de la manière dont je trade. J'essaye pas de cacher quoi que ce soit. Perte ou gain, de toute manière, tout fait partie du trading. Perte ou gain, ou j'ai même envie de dire rater le trade. J'ai raté le trade devant vous. C'est des choses qui arrivent. Justement, c'est la réalité des choses. C'est comme ça que les résultats se créent en trading aussi. C'est en acceptant ce genre de situations qui sont malheureuses, mais qui peuvent arriver. Donc, si vous êtes friand de ce genre d'analyse, de ce genre de session de trading, n'hésitez pas à me rejoindre à chaque fois en live. Et puis, vous en aurez beaucoup plus et beaucoup de valeur telle que vous pouvez voir ici. N'hésitez pas aussi évidemment à me rejoindre sur ma chaîne YouTube, ABC Trading. Des vidéos arrivent. Donc voilà, ABC Trading c'est moi. Ma chaîne YouTube c'est juste ABC Trading. Si vous voulez me rejoindre sur les réseaux aussi, ABC Trading. Donc voilà les gars. Next session, it will be on Wednesday for me. So yeah, New York, 3 p.m. Tomorrow it's Hugo with Melmom, so make sure to join this live as well. Hope you guys just like the live, and I'll see you on Wednesday, okay? Have a great day, guys. Have a great week overall, and see you soon. All right? Bye-bye.